Hey everybody, and welcome to this first taste. So I'm going to do the Paul John Select Peated. Now they all come in this like plastic bag. I didn't want to unwrap that on the thing because I didn't want to kill your ears. But it's interesting because this and I believe the Bold are the only ones that actually have the plastic around it, and I don't know why. Maybe I'll find out why. But if this is going to be as good as the regular Classic Select, I am so excited for this. So this was given to me by Paul John. I actually I asked them for a couple of bottles to help round out some project I'm working on. Now, interesting thing, there's silica packets in this one too. That's very strange. All right, so peated whiskey gently astonishes the serious indulgent. Experience Goa here as the swirl lightly whisks up blah blah blah, smoke blah blah blah, and hints of cocoa. Okay, interesting. I don't know about you guys. I always love when there's like magnet. So nice. All right. This is, again, kind of skinny bottle. I'm starting to remember between this one and the Nirvana from last time that I've had other Paul Johns, they all have this kind of skinny, slightly taller bottle. So that's, I don't know, nothing. It's nothing important other than it might not fit quite as easily on your shelf. All right. So let's see. Love good packaging. Here we go. Ooh, that was a good one. A real good one. All right, so this is 55.5% ABV. Heck yeah. So let's see. Non-chill filtered, excellent. I typically would assume that non-chill filtered in this case is also not going to have artificial coloring, but doesn't say, so I'm not sure. And I haven't done any research on these yet because it's the first tasting. All right, so just my initial guess based off the name. Obviously, it's going to be peated. It's going to have some hint of smoke to it at some point. Interesting thing about Indian whiskeys is that most of them have been based off of Scotch whiskeys, or at least the same kind of process. So when I think about a peated Indian whiskey, I'm thinking that they probably imported the peat from Scotland. So this will be a very interesting one to try. But let's go ahead and give this a nose. Very, very smoky. It's a really nice smoke though. It's not too much and it's not too little. It doesn't have a sweetness to the smoke, but it's also not that kind of like Band-Aidy thing that you get sometimes in like a Lafroig. It's more like charcoal than it is like campfire. Really interesting. Ooh, I'm excited to try this one. I feel like this is gonna taste different than it smells. Yeah, you know what this smells like? This smells like pork butt on a smoker. Oh, I'm excited. Maybe I'm just thinking about, smoking some meat. All right, let's go ahead and have a taste. Cheers. Wow. Again, like I said, not really what I was expecting. The smoke didn't hit me at all until I opened my mouth, which was quite a while. I mean, I was tasting it. It was that's actually a funny slip. I was smoking it. I was tasting that for a little bit, and it was sweet, and it's not fruity like most Paul Johns. It's definitely leaning hard into that peat, but it was almost like neutral with just a little bit of sweetness until maybe about 10 seconds in. And then I swallowed it. I opened my mouth and just lit up like fire. It was, or I should say smoke, like fire kind of would connotate the alcohol, I would think. But in this case, it's more the smoke. Very interesting. Let me try another sip of that. I do have some tasting notes over here from the website just because I'm curious. But yeah, they're actually not saying a whole lot other than oak and smoke. So, which is about right. I don't dislike this. I don't dislike it, but I do wish there was more complexity in the taste. The nose led me to think that it was going to be something crazy, but as far as a smoky whiskey goes, I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like maybe they didn't quite nail this one, which I'm a little sad for, but I do think I'm going to give this one a little bit of time to open up I think that just every smoky whiskey deserves a little bit of time to breathe, and just give it maybe like I don't know, a few weeks on the shelf and see what happens. Maybe sample it every now and then. But the ABV is definitely high here. And do I have any? I do have water. It might be a little bit too much, but let's see if I can. Let's see if I can just barely put any in here. See if that makes any difference. Okay, just a tad. That definitely opens up the nose for sure. Almost like a licorice kind of candy-like smell on the nose. Is there a candy that smells smoky? I'm trying to think. Like, what is it exactly that I'm smelling here? I've smelled this before. Not in whiskey. In something else. Like, what would be smoky but sweet? That's interesting. Bacon, maybe, but like without like the saltiness of it. Like maybe just like overcooked bacon. I'm not sure. I don't know. That's an interesting one. I'll have to think about that a little bit. All right, let's have another sip. Better. Definitely better. A little bit of water went a long way with this. Interesting. Like I said, I'm definitely gonna have to just let this one open up. But as it stands right now, it's like a 2-note thing. It's smoke and oak. So I don't know. I'm not dissatisfied, but I don't know what this costs. But I do think that if it was like expensive, I'd probably be a little bit disappointed. But we'll see. Anyway, all right. Thanks for viewing this first tasting of the Paul John Peated Select Cask. And I will see you guys next week for the Ball Blair 12, I believe. Yeah, Ball Blair 12. So I'm going to drink some water and I'm going to jump right into this one. So I'll see you guys next week. Cheers.